Hello, everybody, and welcome to Big Beautiful Badasses. I am your host, Kimberly, and I am joined by the amazing Miss Constance Fields. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you? I love that intro.
I wanted something that was fun that embodied the message, and I felt
Definitely.
that was it.
Definitely.
So, for anybody who does not already know, this podcast celebrates all things plus size, everything fluffy in this world. When it comes down to it, especially as women, 67 to 72% of women in the United States are considered plus size. If you wear an extra large or above, you are a plus size person.
Mm.
And for so many plus size people, there is a stigma, against being plus size. And I am now calling bullshit on it. And that's what this podcast does.
Hmm.
So, Constance, I know you've been on one of my other podcasts in the past, but for anybody who does not know how fabulous you are, why don't you take a moment and introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Constance Fields. I'm an actor. I'm a clinical mental health counseling student. I am a mom and a wife, and I just love myself, and I love encouraging other people to love themselves and be authentically who they are. So.
I absolutely love that. Now, let's go ahead and just kind of dive right on in. As especially in the acting world, how much stigma is there,
A lot.
as a plus size person?
A lot, because when it's funny, anytime growing up and as an adult, anytime I would ever see someone plus size on the big screen or on a TV show, especially being a Black woman, they're relegated to the funny friend role, or you know I don't know, it's just the brunt of a joke,
Or the mammy figure?
a mammy figure. Right, right. So, there have been actresses that have branched out of that, have been able to like break away from that in certain roles, but it's not enough. We need more, positive role models out there that are getting those leading roles, that are being the love interest, that,
Hmm.
are something other than the comic relief.
Got it. I 100% agree with you. I
Hmm.
100% agree with you. And that's part of why I'm doing this podcast to, you know, throw our bodies into the limelight
Absolutely.
because we're not just that funny friend.
Right.
I am not here for your comic relief. I am not here to make somebody else feel better about themselves. Yes, I want people to feel good about themselves.
But not at your
But
expense.
exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. So, growing up, did you deal with a lot of the stigma as well in your own personal life?
Definitely. For my social life in middle school specifically, I got picked on a lot. And, I kind of gravitated toward the theater community in high school. So I was a little safer, and I was kind of friends with everybody, but not like in any particular clique. It was just theater. um, in my personal life, I grew up in a family of feeders, and emotional feeders too. So if there was, anything going wrong, you'd eat something. Or if there was a lot of food was associated with happy feelings.
Hmm.
Especially on my mom's side of the family. And, that can create eating disorder issues. And it actually did, in my case, create an eating disorder issue. And so, with that, on the flip side of that, on my father's side, I felt very ashamed of my eating. So, unfortunately, I had to almost teach myself how to be confident in my own skin. And thankfully, I have friends who are also confident in their own skin. And so, pulling from them, and I just developed who I am. And I'm human. I have those moments where I feel like, you really need to work on this, girl. This
Oh,
is this is not looking cute right now.
trust.
but but there's never a moment in my life anymore where I look at myself in the mirror and I don't tell myself that I love myself. So I think that's important for people to practice.
Oh, I totally agree. And even when we have those moments of, I look in the mirror and, there are some days I'm like, girl, you are killing it today.
Mm-hmm.
Today is one of those, I am having a good hair day, a good makeup day. But then there are other days that I look in the mirror and it's just like, God, I feel fat.
Mm-hmm.
I I look like I weigh 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
And I I think we all go through that, regardless of whether you are plus size, straight size, in between.
Absolutely.
We all have those moments. So what do you do to overcome those moments when you're in that place? And it doesn't matter what you put on, you might as well be wearing a burlap sack.
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. One of the things that I like to do is find at least one thing about myself that I can look in the mirror and say, you got this. Like, this part of you is amazing, and just really try to build on that. And by starting with that one thing, that turns into two things or three things. And before I know it, I'm back to looking at myself in the mirror and complimenting myself. I mean, there are times when I'll put something on and I'll be like, okay, I know this doesn't fit exactly how I want it to, but damn, I look cute. Like, dang, girl, you look
Love
good.
it.
And I'll say it and I'll be like, to my husband, I'll be like, honey, I look sexy today, don't I? I feel good. He'll be like, yeah. So just being my own, what's the word? When somebody is like making you feel
Your
like
own biggest cheerleader.
yes, being my own cheerleader in that regard, it helps move me out of that space. Because it's so easy to just stay in that headspace of, this doesn't look good on me and nothing fits right, and why do you have those rolls, why do you have those freckles, why do you have those stretch marks, and it can be a cycle, and it can take us into a really dark place.
Oh yeah, that's a spiral that
Yeah. Oh yeah.
once it starts, it's hard to get out of.
Yes.
And I'm the person, like, I'll look at my husband, especially on a good day.
Mhm.
I'm real quick to look at him, like, lift the back of my shirt. I'm like, how's my butt
Yeah. Because you
look?
know how you feel about your butt, and you're
And
like,
he's a butt man. He
yeah,
likes the
yeah.
butt. So
Yeah.
I can look at him like, baby, how's my butt? And he
Exactly.
is over in the background now, just smiling and laughing and loving this.
Yeah.
And
It's
just popped in to
important.
wave hi.
Hey, hubby.
Constance says, hey, hubby. He's going to spit out his coffee, I swear.
Oh, but it's important, and starting small like that can help. People say putting up post-it notes as reminders for yourself, if you need that.
I set alarms in my phone.
That's awesome.
I will set little alarms in my phone.
Hmm.
And I did this project um, when I was in rehab. That we had to write a love note to ourselves, and I actually do a Facebook group about it now.
Yeah.
But I keep a love letter to myself in
Hmm.
my phone case for when I'm having those really, really bad moments. I can just whip it out. I'm like, okay, here it is. And one of the things that I have started doing, and actually just did a live right before this episode, and I kind of joked about it because I feel like we're never going to love ourselves 100% of the time. That's just not realistic. And we all have flaws.
Right.
And there are things that we hate about ourselves. I don't care what you look like. You could be Cindy frickin' Crawford, and you're going to find things you hate. I hate my chin. Oh my God. My chin is the bane of my existence.
Mine are my legs.
But what I have started doing is like I try to find a positive attribute about that thing. So for me, this has become a running joke, but it's valid. Yes, I hate my chin. I hate how it looks. I hate all that right there. But if I am in my armchair watching a movie with my husband, I'm tired, and I doze off, I have a really good pillow that's built in.
Right.
And so while I may not like it, it serves purpose.
Right. And you're also finding gratitude in that. You're grateful for that cushion. For me, I'm grateful that I have legs that work, that I'm able to walk and nobody's staring at my legs or, if they are, whatever, but I'll wear shorts. And I didn't used to be that person. So it's taken a lot of work, but everything that you just said, I'm in agreement with.
And you mentioned like wearing shorts. I'm actually wearing a pair of shorts right now. Like nobody's seeing my legs, so I'm in shorts.
Right.
But the big clothing item, and I'm seeing this all over TikTok. I know you're on TikTok. I don't know if this comes across your feed, but the big thing that I'm seeing a whole lot of is the bikinis.
I know. Oh my God. So I went to Torrid looking for. I was gonna get a 2-piece, and I was like, I really want to wear a bikini this year. It's bikini year. This is the season. I'm gonna do it.
It is hot girl summer.
Exactly. They didn't have the one I was looking for, but I got a 2-piece, and I was proud to wear that 2-piece. It was a little longer top, that I was looking for. But the fact that I put my body in something other than a 1-piece bathing suit, or that I got into a bathing suit, is a step in the right direction.
Because swimsuits are scary.
Yeah.
I don't care what size you are. Swimsuits are scary.
It can be.
And especially as a larger woman, we can't always walk into whatever store we want and buy it straight off the rack. We have to order it or whatever. And if you do find one at a store that's your size, I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to go into a dressing room and try it on and have like all of that put out to the world that this didn't fit right. So that in and of itself is a scary thing. I'm going to admit I haven't gotten the 2-piece, the bikini yet. Like I'll do the kind that's like the bottoms with the long top and you have a little skirt on the bottom to hide everything.
Yeah.
I want to actually buy a bikini.
Just do it.
And I haven't quite gotten there yet, but John's on board. Like I told him, I'm like, this is my goal.
Yeah.
This is the goal that I am moving towards as a plus size woman. I want to do this. He's like, okay, do it.
I've seen some TikToks where there'll be plus size women on and they have things on that I wouldn't think my body would look good in, but they're like, put it on. Like, put it on. This is your message. This is, and that really encouraged me to go out and get that bathing suit. So,
well, and I'm getting a lot braver. I feel like with a lot of the clothes that I get, because for the longest time, I wasn't doing sleeveless shirts. I would wear low cut, but there was usually a reason behind it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't something that, like, I wasn't doing the exposed shoulders. I wasn't doing anything really exposed.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, John keeps telling me I need to clean out my closet a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because I've been getting a lot braver with the stuff that I wear.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels good.
It does. It does. And that confidence spills into other aspects of our lives. So, for me, it's with acting. If I'm confident in how I feel in my body, I'm confident in how I look in something, it's going to spill over into I'm confident to put myself out there more. I'm more
Mm-hmm.
confident to network more, you know.
Exactly.
Because people pick up on that and they can see, hey, I there's something about that woman. I think I want to work with her,
Yep, I do the same thing. If I'm feeling good,
Mm-hmm.
that's when, like, the live that I did earlier, I had like three different devices. I was going everywhere. I don't normally do that, but I was like, you know what? I am in a good place today. I did my makeup on the live.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm having a good hair day. I'm gonna wear my hair down, which I don't normally do because
It looks
all this
good.
gray.
The gray.
But
Okay, it looks
you
good.
rock the gray very well. Oh my
Thank you.
god, girl, you own that.
Thank you.
So we've talked about all this fabulosity. I want to know where you get your fabulous clothes
Oh. So I don't really shop that much for myself anymore because I'm always thinking about pouring money into other things. So I'll wear something until I can't wear it anymore. Like, but when I do
now.
shop, I shop at, well, obviously Lane Bryant, Torrid. I shop at this website called Fashion to Figure or Figure to Fashion. Oh, hold on, I'll tell you. I think this is from it. Oh no, I got this from somewhere else. Anyway, I think it's Fashion to Figure is the name of the website, but they have really amazing styles. And if you're ever thinking you want to switch your style up to like move with how you're growing and your personality, uh, check that website out. Um, Eloquy, I've never bought anything from there, but I've wanted to.
I've heard of them.
They're a little pricey, so out of my price range. But
Yeah. I've thought about checking out Shein,
yeah, me too. I went to
Universal
their.
Standard, and
Mm,
I don't know if you've ever looked at the Smart Glamour site.
mm-mm.
Mallory does amazing things. She's actually going to be on my show. She is
Oh,
straight sized,
okay.
but she has her website features models from an extra small up to a 15X.
Well,
Same
amazing.
price regardless of size.
That's amazing.
And it's all customizable. So if you don't fit anywhere in that size
Hmm.
range, she will customize it to your measurements
Wow. And what's the
for
name
the
of it
same
again?
price. Smart Glamour.
Smart Glamour. Okay.
Yes, she has some amazing stuff, and it's all very, very reasonably priced.
Nice.
So
Hmm.
I highly recommend.
Okay.
Well, I want to move into a couple quick questions that I've
Hmm.
been asking everybody.
Okay.
What is the most badass thing you have ever done?
I did a one woman show on stage. It was a community theater in the town I grew up in a few years ago while I had cancer and didn't know I had cancer at the time. But I just was like, oh, my stomach is hurting, but I thought it was nerves. Anyway, um, uh, yeah, I did this show for how many? I think it was like 11 shows. And I had the writer of the play come to one of the shows, a critic that usually is really hard on actors in that town. He gave me glowing reviews. And then a year later, I got mentioned in another article that he was covering a different play, and he mentioned my name in the article. Like last season, Constance Fields. Da, 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 da. I was like, dang, I must have really had an
Wow.
impact.
You go, girl.
Thanks. So yeah, so that's probably one of the highest rated things I feel like I've done.
What advice do you have for other plus size people who are really struggling in that confidence area?
Just own who you are and show yourself grace. The grace part is the most important. And if you have things in your past that you are struggling with or trying to heal from, do the work needed to heal, forgive yourself, and give yourself grace.
My final question, going back to your own life as a young child who was in that place where there was the shame eating and things of that nature, and you definitely weren't feeling your badass roots, what's one thing you would say to that young girl?
You're beautiful inside and out. Your gifts are going to shine like you would never have imagined them to. And people are going to find value in what you have to offer. So, yeah.
I absolutely love that. Well, Constance, thank you so much for coming on this show. I am so thankful that you and I connected. I
I'm so
love
glad
having
to.
you in my life. You guys, thank you so much for being here today. Real quick, I am going to be doing bonus episodes throughout this month that are focused around recovery, regardless of size or anything. July is actually my 7-year recovery month, July 27. So to celebrate, I am wanting to share other people's stories of recovery because we do recover, we do get better. So if you are interested in sharing a recovery story, please slide into my DMs. Just, DM me, podcast recovery, and I will get with you and we'll talk and I'll get you the information you need. Also, I am looking, it's not for sure yet, but I am looking at creating an app for my followers. So definitely keep your eyes and ears open for information on how that is coming along. If you would like to be a listener sponsor for this production, keep me caffeinated, buymeacoffee.com/this fat girl life. You can be a one-time listener sponsor, or you could do a membership, which is a year-long sponsorship. As a member, you will get sponsor-only content. You will be on a panel to help with different ideas that I toss around. So you will have input on what's on my show. And you are going to know about bonus episodes and special guests before anybody else. So you'll get the in on the deets. So buymeacoffee.com/this fat girl life. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Constance, thank you again for being here. And I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Bye, guys.
Bye.